What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and we're going to be discussing something that's very, very interesting, and everybody wants to know about this. It's not only about, the veterans, the newbies, anybody in the middle. Everybody really wants to get an understanding about what's going on. Look, like, is it the archetype? Is it the attributes? What makes these players play a certain way in the game? Now, when you look at the quarterback position, I told you guys already, we're going field general. Now, some interesting questions have been brought up, because when Andrew Luck's tribute card was released, it was one of the most goated cards in Madden 20 for that time being because it got escape artist, and he was relatively accurate. One of my biggest issues with the card was the throw power. He couldn't get the ball down the field. So when we look at that type of archetype, the only thing that separates Tom Brady from every other quarterback is probably the fact that his throw power gets to a 96 for me, and he's a field general. As far as everything else, you get strong arm with Elway. You got a lot of other stuff going on. Some of you guys are talking about, yo, Gmia, you got a 49er, theme team. Why wouldn't you go Joe Montana, aka Joe Montana? I'm gonna explain to you guys again because a lot of you guys don't go through the videos. You just come to one video and you're like, yo, you should use Joe Montana. Yes, you can get his throw power up to a certain amount, but you have to spend a lot of training doing that. If the card already has a suitable amount, you're fine with it. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to have to get 49er uniforms in the stadium and have to spend additional training. You want to go the cheapest route, which is why I bring up Steve Young. Steve Young, even though he's not a field general, he would probably be a better choice than going Joe Montana because he's going to actually have a lot more throw power and everything once his next card is released. Joe Montana, if you just go with that base 93 without having to spend additional coins and get training to go into the uniforms and the stadiums to upgrade it, I've already given you guys videos about that. It's very, very expensive. And then if I want to raid sell them, I'm going to have to take half of my training back for all that stuff. So pretty much what happens is, for those of you guys that don't understand, I put a video out about 4 months ago explaining to you guys about how you upgrade stadiums and uniforms and stuff. Pretty much what you would have to do, for those of you guys that don't understand it, you would have to get a 49er stadium. You would have to pick a scheme, a scheme chemistry. Ideally for us right now, we would have to use passing, and you would need to spend on these components, all of this stuff. You need 12 of these to get one throw power. So you'd have to spend and keep spending training to keep getting all of these components. Now, each individual one of these boxes is a component. So you'd have to go through all of this while upgrading with training. 500, 750, 1000, 1250, 1500, 2000, 25. You see what I'm saying? And then you'd have to do that enough to get all of the amount of the components that you need. So for this one, 12 gets you one throw power. I think each one gives us 10, right? Yeah. So each one of these, like the stadium gives you 10. The uniforms give you both away and home, but we have John Madden coach, so we would only be able to use the uniforms and the home stadium. So you'd have to go all the way up to get, this throw power added for Joe Montana. It's not worth it. I tried it with Matthew Stafford earlier when I did that, and then when I raid sold him, it was like, what am I doing, bro? Like, am I serious right now? It doesn't make any sense. Plus, for us, we would only be able to go to 30 or 28 because we have John Madden coach, and we're not going to get rid of John Madden coach to add throw power to Joe Montana. Like, some of you guys have to understand that it's not really worth it in certain cases to go that route, but it's up to you to make the best decision for your team. For me, it doesn't make any sense. I got to get back my training now. Hold on. I got to get back my training, like low key. Like, I just gave them like 10 training. I want my 5 back. Hold up. Let me go back over here. How much do I get? Yeah, give me my 5 back. I ain't doing none of this foolishness. I was just using the Saints Stadium as an example. Obviously, you would need the 49er Stadium or any other of the 32 teams that you would want. And this is how you add additional things to your entire team for that specific team. Okay? John Madden is everybody, regardless of team. This method is the specific team with the uniforms and the stadium. All right, I went over it like 4 months ago. The video is out there. For those of you guys that already saw it, you would know what's going on right now. For those of you that didn't, that was like a quick refresher course to let you guys understand how you can get additional chemistries added to your cards. But it's very, very expensive, and in my opinion, just not worth it. So when we're dealing with archetypes, again, the field general for me, I'd rather be able to lead pass and throw more accurate than to run around blindfolded with no eye sockets. You guys told me straight out, Gmia, I enjoy running around like an idiot. And I said, yo, GG's. Whatever makes you happy, you go for it. That's pretty much it. All right, so that archetype with this is very, very specific. The field general, conductor, hot route master, all that stuff, very, very important because I think it's more valuable to me in the scheme that I run. That's just, you know, what it is. This is a very unique one though, because when we get to the defensive side of the ball and we start talking about the D line, I'm gonna get very, very specific. But offensively, it's easy. Do you wanna run around like an idiot or do you wanna stand in the pocket and throw dots? Make a choice. Field general, mobile QB, all right? Running backs, Bo Jackson still, because he can get to 99 speed, in my opinion, is the best running back in the game simply because of that. Once he gets out in front, wrap, he's gone, nothing you can do about it. Some of you guys are like, yo, Gmi, I get chased down by dead squirrels. All right, bro, listen, get your stick up. And then nothing I can tell you about it, bro. Like, if that's what you want to do, you want to run around and do that, it ain't nothing I can do. It is what it is. But let me just explain this to you though, right? If you run the ball as much as I do, this guy is a key factor. Him and Eric Dickerson is like, bro, that duo was crazy. Now you're gonna get people that's gonna stop your run game. It's up to you to have a couple dots someplace in there. You know what I'm saying? To kind of figure out of the same run formations, how you can throw some dots. That's up to you to figure out, all right? But look, you gotta understand, I just can give you what I do for my success. And you guys see that I have a lot of success when I play the game. You understand the capabilities of the backs. Now, his archetype is not like the evasive of Eric Dickerson, but he gets jukebox and armbar. Very, very unique, which is why Bo Jackson is one of the top running backs in the game. Now, armbar is not as explosive as it was when the game first came out because people were crying about it. Whatever, EA had to tune it. It's going to be the same story no matter what. That's the future of Madden. Listening to people complain and cry and then change the game for minimal things. When I tell you that something's wrong with the game, I visibly let you guys understand it is something beyond our control. The armbar, pretty much for me, even when it was really, really wild and OP, it was very, very easy to contain, but you just couldn't blitz everybody. You had to play coverage so people couldn't be falling back, and then multiple people had to tackle that player. Regardless, right? When you throw it, when somebody throws the ball at your face and you're standing in front and you can't jump because EA has made the game where you can't jump, that's an issue. When somebody throws the ball directly to you and then the player gets an animation where he's falling downwards and catching it, that's an issue. When you throw a ball to Randy Moss and he can't jump up and the other guy jumps up automatically, that's an issue. Those are major issues with the game. Everything else that goes into it, like, you know, the armbar, ridiculous things that were happening, that's what their thought process was with the game. It's just the fact that it becomes overly difficult to stop, and the more and more complaints that EA gets, they're going to change the game. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, even with that being nerfed with the armbar, Bo Jackson, when he gets it off, he's going for 6. No question about it. When he gets that armbar off, he's punching like 4 dudes in the face, and he's going for 6. It's really, really fake, but it is what it is, okay? And I get it too, and I deliver it. It is what it is. You got to make sure you have enough bodies out there to be able to counteract whatever he's doing. That's point blank, that's period, all right? So that archetype is unique. Usually you want to go with the lightning bolt with the evasive, but Bo Jackson is very, very unique in the fact that he gets jukebox and he gets armbar. So that's it for that. As far as wide receivers go, you know, you got Randy Moss with the rocket, the streak specialist, whatever. You know, that's what he does. You know, he got that archetype. Tyreek Hill has it with the little rocket. You know, T.O. is doing whatever he wants to do. Maybe he's a better possession catcher or whatever. I don't really care about receivers. Go for speed with that situation. Just go for speed, because if you have the field general, you could give them any route that you want. I just say go for speed, maybe decent run blocking. T.O. is one of the better wide receivers that can block, and that's pretty much it. Everything else that has to do with wide receivers, I don't really care about it. Fullback, I don't care about. Make sure you have good run blocking, impact block, lead block. That's all I care about. I don't care about what your mom's doing. I don't care what kind of, you know what I'm saying, uniform you're wearing. Doesn't matter. Can you block? Can you get out in front? That's it. I don't care about the archetype. The archetype for my O-line, bruh, what are your stats for run blocking? What are your stats for, you know, run block finesse, run block footwork? What do you do for lead block? You know, impact blocking. That's all you're looking for, all right? This guy right here as a rookie premier, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. This guy changes the game so much and is so ridiculous. Even though you look at these numbers in the front, some of you guys wonder like, yo, bro, why would you start him and move Larry Allen to right tackle? Well, there's a glitch about Chris Lindstrom, right? This dude has 99 lead block, and it's like very, very secretly, he has high impact block, first of all, 96, and then his lead block, let's go ahead and check it out so you guys can understand what's going on. And then you'll see 99. okay? It's a very, very highly sought after attribute in the game to get somebody that's gonna run bro, the dude is running like a rocket ship right at anybody that's in front of him. Now, will he always block somebody that's in front of him? No, it's Madden 20, bro. Like, nobody blocks anybody. Like, you'll run a stretch and your whole team will run away from the defense and nobody understands why. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what? And then you look at it like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You just said, all right, I'm used to it now. That, it happens. But when they do decide to block and the game actually does what they're supposed to be doing, it's no comparison to 99 lead block. All right, Larry Allen, 99 strength, crazy run block numbers. That's what you're looking for. I don't care about the archetype. To be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever looked at a old lineman's archetype. I look specifically at their attributes. Can they run block? What is their lead block? What is their impact block? If you have those numbers that I like, I don't care about your archetype. Just go out there and make sure you hold your blocks, have good numbers, that's it. All right? When you look at my tight end right here, I have Okoye started. I've kind of switched it up. I usually have Lane Johnson there as a starter, but I switched it up right now just so you guys are aware of what's going on. I'm playing around with my lineup, trying to figure out different run schemes for the specific playbooks that I run. It's all an experiment right now. But right now, Okoye is the starter for different reasons that I can't explain right now until I figure out what I'm doing. Now, once we take a look at all of this stuff, right? And we take a look at George Kittle, and you see that he's like a vertical threat, whatever. I don't even, bro, listen, let me tell you something. Him and Delaney Walker, I don't care about their archetypes. This man has an 89 run block. His run block is, low-key, it should have been higher. If they watch film on this guy, his run block is absolutely insane. So he and Delaney Walker, in my opinion, are the best run blocking tight ends. But Kittle is another story because he has crazy speed. So when everybody comes out and they want to press and do whatever they want, you got a guy with 93 speed out there that can also burn. So if it's man-to-man coverage and he gets that step and that animation and you're getting pressed, you guys get the picture. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that's set up like that. I want to let you guys understand this. Kittle, when he decides to block, he's running all the way up the field, blocking everybody in front of him. On certain plays, he's going to act like he wants to block. Then he's going to run into the stand and start eating hot dogs. Bro, listen, I don't know what it is. It's been going on for years, and I don't think that anybody understands that whatever's going on with the game, that's wild that sometimes people just don't block anybody. But again, when they do choose to block, when they have those numbers, you're going to get that block held. Now, will Kittle sometimes get thrown down to the ground by a corner? Yes. You've seen it live on my streams on Twitch at GmiasWorld? Absolutely. Why does that happen? When EA Sports 2 Nasty Streak, that created a major issue with the way that they interact with the blocking and all that stuff. So they tried to, even it out so that there wasn't as many pancake blocks. But I think in doing that, they kind of adjusted the way the game is supposed to be played. So George Kittle gets thrown to the ground by guys that weigh 50 pounds. It makes absolutely no sense. But even with all of that, when this man chooses to run block, he's the best at it. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get mad because that's what he chooses to do. And, he's really, really good at it. And that's all I can really tell you about him, man. I think he's absolutely worth it. And it just makes your scheme that much better. Because these are for tight run schemes when I'm running the ball. When I pass, obviously you're going to, Randy Moss, T.O., all those guys. But when I'm out there running the ball, run block and speed, great. Unbelievably great. All right? So that's pretty much like my assessment of archetypes and do they matter and what it really means. Defensively now, this is where it gets very, very interesting, right? When you look at the fact that, look, I'm all speed rushers, so you see that little line, the lines that go up, I want all my front seven to be speed rushers. The exception to the rule is Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor is, he has a different archetype. Where is he? Yeah, he has like that bull rush, that strength, that monster stuff, because, he's LT, whatever. He's the exception to the rule. Kevin Green, D Ford, Daniil Hunter, these guys are D Ford. Where's the other guy? Do they have the D tackles? I don't think they put the D tackles here, right? The D tackles with John Randall. Those guys, because of their archetype, are going to play different than everybody else, even if they get 99 finesse move. I'm going to repeat that again. The archetype of these players is what makes them play the way they play. It's not anything else. This guy, Kevin Green, he starts on the edge. And let me just go back to him real quick. I'm going to let you guys see his numbers again, right? He only has a 95 finesse move, but he plays a lot better than if you had, let's say, Aaron Donald or LT with 99 finesse move. The thing about LT is they make him a glitch, the same way they make Deion Sanders a glitch, because Deion Sanders is the only card in the game that can tackle anybody one-on-one, and you're like, what? Your guy has this X Factor activated, all that stuff, the dude has freight train, Deion Sanders is tackling you. You can't do nothing about it. That's EA Sports. It's in the game and at your mom's house. But this guy right here, he's a 95 finesse move. Even if you give me Aaron Donald with the same 95 finesse, Kevin Green is going to play better than Aaron Donald because of his archetype. So this is where it gets very, very crazy. And a lot of you guys that have, been doing this, you're like, yo, good luck, bro. I'm getting sacked so much regularly. Why? Because that's what they're choosing to do. Alan Page, John Randall, Bruce Smith never plays for me, D Ford, Daniil Hunter, Nick Bosa. If you compare them to anybody that you have on your team right now, like let's say for instance Aaron Donald, right? Aaron Donald is like straight goated. He's wild. He has crazy numbers. You could, like I said, chem him up to like 99 finesse, all that good stuff. He will never play as good as Nick Bosa, D Ford, Alan Page, John Randall, or Daniil Hunter. I'm telling you right now. Will he get some stops? Yes. Consistently throughout the game though. That's why I'm going to rage sell Bruce Smith soon. Because it makes no sense. These guys do not have impact on the game. And I've proven it. I've shown you guys live. I've explained it to you guys thoroughly. For those of you guys that watch me live when I go on Twitch, you should be following me on Twitter to know when I go live on Twitch. All at GmiasWorld. You will see it. I show it to you. I'm not just telling you this. Whatever EA Sports did when they tuned the game, because remember, for those of you guys that played the beta, MXX, when we had the beta early before the game dropped, those strength players like Aaron Donald were impossible to deal with. And then people complained, and they changed it. And because of that, they don't play the same. This is what everybody has to understand. You have to be able to adjust. If you stay the same, you die. You have to be able to adjust. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just natural instinct for humanity, bro. You got to change up. These guys with the speed rusher, smaller speed rusher chems, these guys that have it, they play better. Even like, look at Bruce Smith, right? I'm gonna break it down for you. Bruce Smith is like a poor man's Aaron Donald, even with all of Aaron Donald's numbers. He has a 94 finesse move, okay? 98 power move, 94 block shed. That 94 finesse move should be doing something. It doesn't. The dude just stands there. Sometimes he'll hold up a couple blockers and your guys will be able to get off the edge, but he himself is a trash can card. In this game, he's not good. And he has all those numbers, but it doesn't matter because of his archetype. Because everybody was complaining about it and they had to change it up. I just gave you an example with the O-line, with the way that they had that going on with Nasty Streak. Joe Thomas was pancaking a couple dudes. Everybody was screaming and crying. Now, was it outrageous? Yeah, in certain cases. I played against some guys that were running it, and then I was like, oh, that's hot. I'm gonna run it. And then I had to stop them to understand what to do when I ran it. You see, so like it's not like it's something that can't be stopped. You got to use your head a little bit. You can't blitz everybody. You got to have guys in zone. You got to be, hovering over it to make sure if somebody gets pancaked, you're there. You got to figure that stuff out. But this game is supposed to be able to just pick up and play. That's what the issue is. You got to just be able to pick up, play it, and that's it. EA is not concerned with trying to learn something or whatever. That's the issue. That's the overall, the gist of the game. You should be able to pick it up and enjoy it. And I understand that from a marketing perspective, but it should be separated. Competitive should be competitive. Arcade, let them do what they're doing. Simulation, whatever. But competitive should not have those complaints be able to change the game. Because it's not supposed to be overall with the entire game, but that's what EA does. It changes the entire game. And it comes down to the fact that you got to find the players that really matter now. And the numbers that you're looking at, it just doesn't make any sense. So he's very similar, Bruce Smith, to what Aaron Donald is. He's a poor man's Aaron Donald. This guy doesn't play one snap for me. Maybe in goal line when I forget to take him out. But he's subbed out immediately as soon as the game starts. Because Daniil Hunter is going to make so many more plays than this guy ever would in his wildest dreams. And that's just because of the way the game plays. So when you're looking for an archetype, you're looking for those roads, bro. You're looking for like the arrow. You're looking for the roadblock going down. You're looking for smaller speed rushers. And you're trying to get that 99 finesse move like D4, Daniil Hunter. All these guys have it. All my guys on my front line have 99 finesse move. All right? It makes everything so much better. And for those of you guys who are saying, yeah, but you blitz everybody. Even when I send 3, when I showed you guys how it works, D4 is spinning right off of the tackle coming in. Daniil Hunter's on the other side spinning right off. It's immediate. That's their first move. And it takes the O-linemen, it takes them time to figure out which way they're going to spin, which is actually realistic, by the way. So if you have somebody blitzing on the outside of them, they're screaming. Screaming because the finesse moves is wild. and you can't do anything about it. And you just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bend over and say, EA, you got this. And that's pretty much it. So I would recommend highly the Speed Rusher archetype over every other archetype by name, whatever it is. And like I said, I'm showing you guys that it's always 99 speed, because when you compare it, obviously it goes down because the EA doesn't think that they should keep it the same, even though it's chem. That's been going on for years too. I don't understand when they're going to update that, but it is what it is. 99 finesse move for him, 99 finesse move for D Ford, 99 finesse move for John Randall. So everybody is trying to get off. All right, 95 for Kevin Green. Those archetypes, unbelievable. Now, everything else, as far as corner, you can see that, you know, Deion Sanders has a different one than Night Train. You can see Rod Woodson has a similar one to Night Train. I don't really care about that either. I need people that can hit people and that has speed. I don't care what Sean Taylor's archetype is. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, bro, the dude's the GOAT. He got 97 speed. Dude got 96 hit power. I'm riding with him. I will point this out, though. Enforcer is only useful for middle linebackers and secondary. So if it's not a strong safety, free safety, or middle linebacker, do not put Enforcer on anybody else. The outside linebackers, including Lawrence Taylor, it's a joke with that kind of Enforcer. Middle linebacker and secondary. I've tried it. I've shown it to you guys. I've proven it. I'm not going to go into it. If you guys want to do whatever you want, good luck with that. Have fun. If you want to put it on a D tackle like, you know, Alan Page, good luck with that. Have fun. I've already tried it. It does nothing. Okay? Middle linebackers, secondary. We're done. We move on. That's it. Okay? Archetype doesn't really matter with everything else. Your front seven, you're looking for speed rushers. Secondary, hit power, speed. That is it. That's all you need to be successful in Madden 20. All right? Some of you guys are saying, yeah, I took Enforcer off. I cause a fumble at least twice a game just because of Enforcer. All right? If you guys want to go another route, I'm never going to stop you. I'm only going to give you the advice that I know comes in clutch to get you wins. If you find something else that you enjoy, like when I just told you guys about Acrobat over Lurker. Acrobat is a joke. Dudes are diving around like idiots and won't jump up in the air straight up to pick the ball. You need to have Lurker to intercept the ball. So if you go to your to upgrade your player and you don't have Lurker on and you're usering these players, if you don't have Lurker and only have Acrobat, Acrobat is a joke. It does exactly what it says. They just dive. They don't jump straight up in the air. All the balls are going right over their heads. You need Lurker. Okay, and I explained that to you guys in a video already, so it's not like I'm not telling you exactly what I'm doing, all right? And I'm showing it to you as well so that you guys have a thorough understanding. This is what it takes to win games in Madden 20. So I would definitely go ahead and fix these situations, all right? Go ahead, try out the speed rushes versus everything else and see the difference with the finesse when they're speed rushers with that archetype, with the little lines going with the arrow versus the bull and all this other stuff that you have with these guys. And let me know what you think. I guarantee you're going to go ahead, you're going to change it up. Now, some of you guys are going to be hard-headed and say, no, bro, Aaron Donald's the GOAT, and then you're going to get L's in your file. And that's it, bro. Like, it doesn't really matter, because if I run into you, I'm running the ball right at you. And he's going to get blocked by a lineman that's 80 overall, and you're going to have a good day with it, and that's it. So whatever you decide to do, I want you guys to enjoy yourselves. That's pretty much a summation of what Archetypes does in Madden 20. You want to go speed rushers, front seven. Everything else, hit, power, speed, secondary. All right. Enforcer or only middle linebackers and secondary players offensively. Field general, wide receivers, you're going speed. I don't really care about archetype. If you want to have a little bit of run block with TO, that's fine. Old lineman, I don't care about the archetype again. Lead block, impact block, key, 95 and above. Run block, whatever, that's all good. But the lead block and impact block are huge. Tight ends, speed, run block. All right. Fullbacks, you just want to make sure they can block somebody. That's why I have this out of position guy here. His impact block and his run block and everything is just so wild. Look at that 95, 96 at fullback. Come on, bro. Like, this dude is pancaking dudes all over down the field like he's at IHOP. All right. So as usual, any other additional questions? I've made it very, very simple for you guys to understand. If you want to go another route that works for you, let us know in the comments why you do it and we can go from there. I want to thank everybody for watching. You guys go ahead and have a blessed day. Until next time, one love.